team is the one that makes the lasers look really effective, and also the special effects team, who puts the spark hits on the thing that the thing's going to hit, so that the laser, if it hits a stormtrooper, I know we have one here. I don't mean to keep bringing you up as something to shoot at, but they'll actually put a little squib, and you'll get a spark hit that'll go whoosh like that, and then they'll digitally put the laser in to connect it at exactly the right time.
Do your homework in coding class.
Yeah, they make bank.
Hello. So the T-16 Skyhopper, what was that kind of like bringing back?
You won the question of the night award.
Hey, you should totally check out this thing she made. It's pretty dope.
Absolutely. So the T-16 comes back into play in Kenobi for the first time. It's a gift that Kenobi gets from a Jawa, and it looks like it spent a lot of time up a bantha's butt.
And I think that was Brad's idea.
No, it was my idea, but it showed up in the script without me mentioning it. So just like this, you never know.
Obi-Wan gives him the toy.
I had access to the copious number of photographs of the original T-16, which is up at Skywalker Ranch, and I partnered with the folks in New Zealand at Weta Workshop, and we went over and over and over and over. They sourced the original model kits that some of the pieces came from, and when they couldn't find those, they made perfect digital replicas and printed those, because I needed 6 of these things to be able to pull off that show. We also had to figure out how to make the wings fold up, because it had to go into a bag, and we took off the lower gun portion for a while because it was just like too spindly and was going to break. So I knew we had to get that right, and I give a ton of credit to the folks at Weta who nailed that prop for us. And then I'm very proud to say that at the end of shooting the Kenobi series, Deborah Chow, who's the director and executive producer, asked me if there was any one prop that I might want to keep, and there were about 50. And I said, I think it would be the T-16, and so she gave me the T-16 that Kenobi gives to young Luke at the end of the series.
Wow. That's cool.
It's just such a treasure. To bring those into a real way meant we had to adjust those designs, and every time you adjust those designs, you're taking a risk. The poor fans are going to say, that's not the Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber, they changed it. And so
There's a lot of opinions out there.
It's scary. It's awesome, but it's scary. To bring those into a real way meant we had to adjust those designs, and every time you adjust those designs, you're taking a risk. The poor fans are going to say, that's not the Grand Inquisitor's lightsaber, they changed it. And so
There's a lot of opinions out there.
it's scary. It's awesome, but it's scary.
Star Wars prop of all time is the Han Solo blaster from A New Hope that I made in my father's garage shortly after seeing the movie for the first time at age 11. And it was as authentic as the one in the movie. It was just, some plumbing parts and tape and PVC, and it was great. It worked.
I'm probably going to have a different answer for this about every 20 minutes, but right now, it's the box that we buried in the desert, because I got to work with Ewan on that, and it was just this connection to a couple of characters that I grew up loving, and to be able to make some choices and to represent that, and I put so much thought into making that box look like a coffin, and even the orientation of sabers, which we talked about. That one, for me, I think has the most impact, and I was able to see an audience see that for the first time, and like the gasps that I heard from the room meant that we've done our jobs right.
Two good answers there. I think I would say, for me, the prop that will define all of Star Wars forever is the lightsaber. I just think there's no prop that I would associate more with Star Wars than a lightsaber. There's nothing that's more just uniquely, I guess, Star Warsian than a lightsaber. So, I would look at the original trilogy and I would say it's one of those, fantastic lightsaber designs. And you probably have to look at either, I guess, Mark Hamill's from the first film, or maybe Alec Guinness's from the first film as being like the prop, the signature prop. And unfortunately, don't know whether either of those still exist today. But for me, I think that's the one